Good afternoon, everybody. Just open up the gate so you're all coming in. And then I'll introduce the webinar to you. It's a little different than taking a Zoom class because your videos are off, so I can't see anybody. I can see the number that you can see me. And also you're muted. So if you have any questions, you would put them in the chat or the Q&A. I kind of look at the chat, so that's probably a better bet for you. If you have questions, to put it in there. So you can sit back and relax. You don't have to have your camera on. You do not get credit for this, but this is a free webinar with great information. So you're going to get a lot of good stuff out of this. So again, welcome. Okay, I'm going to get started because my hour goes really, really fast. I am Laureen Zarba. Some of you know who I am. I'm the Technology Training Manager for LIBOR, and I work for the MLS as well. And you are here for the webinar on Stratus Goes Mobile with Stratus Collab. And you might have heard of Collab before because I've been teaching there for a few years now, and I love the program. It comes from Stratus. It's not just an independent company. It comes from our Stratus program. They've created it, so it's the same listing. So this is like taking Stratus on the road or taking the MLS on the road. I did this webinar and I looked it up yesterday when I was going through things, and I did it in December of 2020. I did the same exact webinar. And remember what December of 2020 was like? We were all home, okay? We were all home. And honestly, you probably couldn't use the app because we couldn't go to anybody's houses, and we're kind of like stuck. So, but now that we're all out and about and, you know, going to properties and having open houses and all of that, you can definitely benefit from using this app. I know there are other apps out there, but I have to say, this is probably the simplest one. There's no frills here. You can get your listings, and I'm going to be showing you how to use it. It's called Stratus Collab, and I'm even going to go to the App Store and show you how it is. My phone is up here, so you get to see the actual app here. So if I get any text from anybody, you'll get to see that too. All right, so for any of you that are not familiar with Collab, I can't even remember when we got it last, but it's a more modern, very modern version of Stratus. Looks nothing like Stratus. And it is a great way for you to communicate with your, oops, I just dropped out for some reason. Let me come back in. Could be my internet. Hold on one second. Welcome if you're coming in. Let me just stop sharing for a second. Okay. Okay, people are still coming in. Okay, and let me start over. Okay, Laureen Zarba here is showing you the Stratus Collab app. And it's called Stratus Collab, so you can write it down. And if you want to install it on your phones now, you can work with me, or you can just sit back and relax because this is going to be recorded, okay? So I am going to share my screen again. My phone dropped out. And it doesn't usually do that. It might be my internet because I'm at home. Actually, my internet at home is better than work. Okay. Now here it is. All right, so I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to show you how to navigate it and to show you all the wonderful things that you have in here. This program will pull up our MLS listings. So that's what the functionality of it is. It comes from our MLS, so it's real-time data. Everything's updated. Nothing should be missing. It does not have office exclusives in there, so it will only have the MLS listings. So the way that you get it is you would go into your App Store or your Google Play Store if you have an Android. So you can put it on your iPads, whatever. And then when you search, you're going to put in Stratus Collab. That's the name of the app. I'm typing it in now so you can see how I did it. There it is. And every time you go into your App Store lately, you'll have a different app. There's the one key here, but it's usually the second one. And there it is. Okay. This is the brand for it. So you know what it looks like. You might have it on your phone already. Of course, it's free. If it's anything's asking you for money, you're in the wrong place. And then you would just install it. What I love about this app is not only that it's so simple to use, is that you would log in with your Stratus member number and password, which is so great. So did everybody hear what I said with that? You don't have to figure out another password. Oh my gosh, another password. You log in with your member number and password like you do Stratus. I don't usually log out of this. I usually leave it on my phone. Let me show you what it looks like on my phone. It's this C right here. Do you see it here? That's what it looks like. The other thing that you want to do when you install the app, like I said, easiest app to install, you want to go into your settings. So here's my settings here. And you want to go into, come down here, go back up. I was in here before. You want to go to notifications for, there's two things you want to do. You want to go to notifications. And you want to find Collab. Here it is. So in notifications are all your apps. Some of you might not know this. Here's Collab. That's what you're here for. And turn on all of your notifications. So this way, we're going to get to the part where you can invite clients, customers, consumers, whoever you want in here, and they can communicate with you in many ways. One of them might be instant messaging or texting, which we don't have in Stratus. So that's one of the reasons why I love this program so much too. Okay, I'm done. You know, we have email, okay, but now we need other things. We need to text, we need instant messaging, and that's what this program is going to deliver for you. The other thing that you are going to do is you're going to find your location services and you're going to turn that on, okay? That's in privacy. Make sure you turn on your location services for this app. This way, when you're out and about, you can find listings near where you are. All right, so let's get started. I have, I'm going to periodically look at the chat. Sometimes I have to wait. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, everybody's saying hi. I know we're all social people, aren't we? All right, let me go back here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And now you can't see this. Okay, here it is. Let me move this out of the way. I was looking at the chat button. All right, so I'm in the app. Honestly, the easiest app for all of you to use. So if you're not using anything else, make sure you're using this, all of you. Now, down at the bottom, if you know the desktop version, it has a sidebar navigation on the left here. Everything's on the bottom because I'm on my phone, okay? So you have all of your navigation tools here. Right now, I am in Newsfeed. And when I first saw this, I said, wow, this looks like Facebook, doesn't it? And what it does, it kind of tells me things that I have done or any messages that I've had with myself. And they call everybody a client in here, whether or not they're your clients or they're your customers. They call them clients. So let's just go with that. So what this does is that you can get all of your listings, you can text information, you can save your listings in a really cool way in lists. They call them lists in here. You can invite people in. You can do automatic texting. And honestly, in the market like we're in now, where we don't have much supply, we need to know when things hit the market. And I don't always have time to come home and go onto my Stratus and see if there's a new listing. We have this app now that's going to tell us when something new comes on the market in your location. So I'll show you that, show you how to do it for you, show you how to invite somebody in. It does such fabulous things. Again, if you missed this part, there is a desktop part of it. That's usually what I'm teaching, and it's located in the Stratus Info Center on the right side where the MLS links are, and it's called Collaborate. So it looks like this. If you invite somebody on your computer, it'll be on your app too. So whatever you do on your app goes to your desktop version, and whatever you do on your desktop version goes to the app. They're all connected. All right, so the first thing that I want to do with you once you're logged in, and if you're not, if you're struggling because you're trying to get the app on your phone right now, you don't have to do it because this is all recorded. Okay. Isn't that great? So we can't record our CE classes, but we can record these and I'll show you where it's going to be in a couple of days so that you can grab the recording and share it with somebody or take it again. So no stress, right? Down at the bottom, and let me just move what else is new? I'm always moving my Zoom bar out of the way, is my navigation. We're in the news feed, and it tells you on the blue bar at the top where you are. The dot over here that says more, I'm going to press that now with my finger, and it brings up just about everything that I can do in here. And it's kind of like the navigation bar. If you've never been in this program before, you want to make sure that your contact information is correct. And your picture, you see, I'm Laureen Zarba, so here's my picture. It came from Stratus, and which is kind of nice. That's the very first thing I want you to check. So we're going to click on your name. You know, when this first came out, your home number, I don't even know if you have home numbers anymore, but your home number was in here. So we got rid of it. And I put in my mobile number. If you need to add another number here, you just hit the plus for your office, but we could put your office number somewhere else. So make sure you have your mobile number here, okay? First thing. Then I'm scrolling down a little bit because we're on an app, so it's kind of tight with this, is your photo. You can change your photo, I just changed my photo, upload, remove, crop your photo. Especially, you know, they always feel more comfortable when they can see who you are, right? And you're sending them things. So get your photos in there. It might be in there automatically. And the business card, which is, let me show you what it looks like. This is what they see. This card, which you can customize, is what they see when you text them a listing, when you email them a listing, when you invite them in. It's this card. If you want to upload your business card, and a lot of people don't know that, they can do that in Stratus as well. See this here, upload image, and then you would scan your card in, crop it, all those different things. And this way they get your actual business card every time we do any kind of interaction with them through this program, okay? That's probably the best thing to do, but right now I'm using this card. I don't know, I have a pink background, which I don't know why. I'm gonna just change that. I wanted white. You got to kind of get in the corner to get the white. And on my phone, it's a little hard to do. Let me go back to the dot. Here I am. I'll just stay pink for this. Yep, I'm staying pink. Okay, because I can't get my hand on the white part as we go. There's a couple of things really important in here. And how I got here was I clicked the dot in the corner, and then I clicked on my name, and I am now customizing my profile. This is the invitation. If you do choose to invite people to get their own app, that will be, and I'm going to go through that. That's connected to you. So you know when they log in, you know when they favorite things. It's really awesome. There's a welcome message to here, listing, and then, but the signature is what I want you to do. If you haven't done that, make sure, now this is what they call a signature, that you have your contact information, your professional title. I would put designations in there, who you work for, cell phone number, work number, all that stuff. When you're on the app, though, make sure that you save. Otherwise, you're stuck here forever. Kidding. But then you'll be, you need to come back to where you are, okay, as you go. So let me click on the dot again. And this is where I went. Your picture here. The other thing, and I'm going to keep my eye on my clock, is settings. See here, that little gear that you see all over the place. In here, this is, if you're going to use the client part of this program, like inviting people in and watching what they do, and I'm going to talk about that. And if you were an agent years ago and remember listing book, this is similar to that. You want to check off. For some reason, you can have all these checked, these emails. I don't know why. So in my classes, I usually tell them to uncheck all those emails. but I want to text when they confirm their account. I want to know when they add something to a list. I want to know when they like something. I want to know when they log in and when they log out. Is this not kind of cool? If you have somebody in the program, they get their own account. Anything they do, you get a notification on your phone, and you are in charge of what you want to be notified about, and you're in charge. Okay, period. You're in charge of what's happening, and they never ever see the broker side. So just keep that in mind when we share listings through the app and we text somebody, because that's what we're going to start doing today. They are not going to get the broker, the commission, and all of that. So this is settings here. And the way that I'm getting there is the ... Again, this is recorded. So, you don't have to write anything down. You can just watch me again. Like I watched myself yesterday from 2020, which was funny, to see how I went over it. All right. So the next thing, I'm on the bottom now. We'll go through some of these other things later, is search. So that's the magnifying glass. And I spend a lot of time on this part. And I do compare it to Stratus, although this comes from the same company that put Stratus together. This is just so refined and so modern and easy to use. The blue bar here is where you put your town, zip, school district, or MLS number. So I have a town I'm going to put in. Also, you can look for a single family, multifamily, land, condo, co-op, commercial, and rental. And you don't have to do anything in a separate search. Everything is done here. Love this so much. So on the blue bar, just start typing. I'm doing Massapequa, so I'm doing MASS, and Massapequa comes up. So you don't have to type the whole thing. Now it's kind of gray here, so I'm not sure you can see this, but it says Massapequa Town and then Massapequa School District. Totally love this because I don't have to do a new search for a school district. For us, we'll just pick town. The difference between the desktop and this one is that usually at the top here, I'm in the filter. You see that little white bar up there? I'm usually in the map. If I click on that, I can see the map. And then the list gives me all the listings, and then the filter. Does everybody see those three buttons up there? Filter, list, and map. Really easy to maneuver. I'm still in the filter. Down here, it tells me my count. I got 41 listings. I didn't put any criteria in. I'll just put a little bit in because honestly, 41 is not a lot for Massapequa. I'm going to come down and put in 3 or more bedrooms. And this is how you do it in here. You do 3, 4, 5. Okay. There's no minimum and maximum. So if you just do 3, you're only going to get 3. My buyer is looking for a house in Massapequa, 3, 4, 5. And do I have any price range? I'm not going to put a price range in for this. Let me show you the rest of this screen here. We do have solds. Very happy to get that years ago, especially for sellers, for buyers, for all of us, just to be able to see what's sold in an area. Just know that we do not have pendings and expireds in here. Can't search for those. We would have to go into Stratus for that. So we have actives and solds. And if you want new listings, you have them here. Additional filters. Let me click on that blue bar on the bottom here and scroll down with my finger. You have style. You have number of families. Somebody was just asking me about that. Central air, can you see it? Right there. I don't have to go hunting around for it. It's right there. Handicap accessible. Exterior features. I'm coming down here. REOs, which are my foreclosures. I'm going to say I don't want any foreclosures and I don't want any short sales. Oh my gosh, that's so easy. I can do that now. And I still have 38, so none of those were. It's just a simpler look, isn't it? Than all those gears and things. And I'm going to press search. So I haven't changed my number, 38. All right, let's look at these listings. Really important. And you're going to love this if you haven't seen this before. I'm going to go to the list because I can. I should be sorted by the lowest price, but I probably was playing in here, which I was. So the sort buttons, which are our arrows over here, I want to sort by lowest, just like Stratus does, right? From the lowest to the highest price as you go, right? So 650. I didn't put a price in, is the lowest price here. Let me look at that one. Okay, here it is. So the listings, I can see wow, taxes are almost $20,000 over there. Wow. Why am I always so shocked by this? If you click on the arrow on the right, I can see the photos. Also, when you text the listing, they're going to be able to see the photos. Is this the one with the pink room? I don't know. I think it's in the next search I'm going to do. Now I'm seeing broker remarks. Because I'm in as an agent, you will get that as well, but they will not see that. They get the description. We get the listing information. Scroll down here. Interior, exterior, broker information again, and that's it's exclusive for you. And let's go down here. A couple of hidden gems here. The first one, you see nearby here. I'm using my mouse so you can see nearby. So great. So don't miss this in the listing. There's a walk score here if you want to see how far the restaurants, parks, schools, and all of that are. But here's the house. Every listing, desktop, app, whatever, you can get a little map. You get a bird's eye, which takes kind of like a few seconds to generate. That's why it's blank. But in the meantime, while that's coming up, recent sales. But I get really excited when I show you this when I did the collab classes on the PC, is that you actually get sales that are closest to this house that I pulled up. And if I go to the right, it's giving me the sold price, and this is a title date, so you know when they sold. They're within 6 months, so I love that. You can see what the market's doing just by seeing recent sales. You get the property history. Let me click on that. Not much happening there. And I love the mortgage calculator. I think this is such a great thing. I don't know why we didn't have this for years. When we send somebody something, this way they can tweak this up. They can change it if they're not putting 20% down. It will include PMI into this calculation. Is the interest rate really 6.96? Ow. Can't wait till that goes down. This is based on the mortgage interest and property taxes. So they get an idea. When you text a listing, they will get the calculator, which they can manipulate and change the numbers to see, if they took out a 20-year mortgage, what it would cost and that kind of thing. Love that. At the bottom here, here's our broker information. However, this is what they get. Are you ready? Presented by me. Okay. I have to change this, but they only see you. Only see you, and that's what we want them to see. Now, in the app here, you have these green bars I don't want to miss. Directions to the house, the virtual tours down here, view in Stratus, which I'm going to show you, neighborhood information, schools, scheduling, a showing, because they have showing time activated on this particular listing, which is great. That's a whole nother webinar. And then, I just mentioned this because I don't want any problems for anybody, is that be really, really careful with sharing other people's listings on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. It's just, we've had problems anyway. So, just share your own listings or get permission to share other people's on there. That's just my advice for that. All right, let me go back. Do you guys have any questions right now? Let me see if there's any questions on here that has to do with what I'm doing. I don't know why this is so big. My info and have changed it. What about buyer can share these listings to other agents as well? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that question is. I'll look later for that. Usually I answer most of the questions as I go because I kind of know what you're going to ask. but once in a while I get one I never heard before, and then I'll answer that one as we go. So let me do another one. Now I'm going to go, now, you know, the filter, the list, and the map. One thing for sure you need to remember is the wrench, and you need to clear up the search. So here's the wrench up here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to do a new search, and that will get rid of it. Otherwise, it stays there. Even when the app is shut down, it will stay there. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you this, so let me do this right now. If I log out of this, sign out, it's going to look like this, okay? And you're going to, oh my gosh, what do I do now? I don't know how to log in, but I did tell you how to do that. You're going to log in like you do Stratus. And don't tell me you forgot your password, because your computer knows. I hear that in the classroom. I don't know what my password is. So put in your member number and then your password like you would for Stratus. So I think that's really great. It's the only app that's ever going to have you do that. So that's kind of nice. And now I'm logged in. Like I said, I usually just stay logged in as we go. All right. Let me go back to the search, which is the magnifying glass at the bottom. I can search for an MLS number, so I'm going to put one in. And that blue bar at the top, and I have one written down here. So it's 349 1071 1071. And the listing will pop up. Is that the right one? 3491072. Wrong one. I get my finger on there. I have to exit out and put it back in. I'll just take this one. It's a nice one. Looks like it's close to the water here. All right. So I didn't show you really what I think is one of the most important things is texting the listing. Now at the top, you have these icons. You see this? I can favorite it. And when I favorite it, it saves it for me. So I favorite it twice because my finger was heavy. Oh, I turned it off. You can call the listing agent because you're on an app. You see, so the listing agent pops up and I can click on their phone number and call them up if I want to. I can email them if I want to, or I can text them if I want to. So that's kind of cool. You have that access to it. But the crooked arrow in the corner here, do you see my mouse going around and around and around here? That's where you do a lot of the important things like texting, okay? Texting listings. Now we can text anybody a listing. If we invite somebody into this program, we can automatically set up a texting, which I'm going to show you how to do. Like a prospect match in Stratus does automatic emails. We can do automatic texting. Think about that. If I was a buyer, wouldn't you want that? Because this way I know when something comes on the market immediately. There's no time for somebody else to make an offer because we get it right away. So I'm going to click on text. And then it is intuitive. So, you know, if I put Billy Buyer in here, it will pull his phone number up for me, but I am not putting Billy Buyer in. I'm putting Laureen in, which is me. Here I am. I started typing Laureen. I came up. But you would just put the phone number in, area code, no dashes, and the phone number to anybody. You can text to 2 people if you want, put them in. And the mortgage calculator information comes up if you want to put that in. Here's my signature that I told you. Make sure that in the settings part of it, that you get your name in here. I think when you clicked on your picture, and you would get your, put in your signature down here. So I'm texting a listing. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm sending it to myself. So you know what? I always say, test it out on yourself. Send yourself a listing and write yourself as a client. So all these kinds of things that I teach you are free. You test it out on yourself, right? So then you can just see how it all works. All right, here's my text down here. I just got it. I'm going to click on it so I can show it to you. It is an 888 number. That's what it is. And I'm going to open it up and I click on the link. It says Laureen Zarber shared 15 Canal Way with you. Open it up. I love that. My picture is down here. Your picture will be there. So you are representing them. It's like, if you're not texting listing, you start today, okay? Because emailing really is, I'm not saying don't email, but our buyers are what are they doing? Are they emailing? They're texting, instant messaging. So this is what you probably all doing that too. And they probably definitely don't want to talk on the phone, but you never know. So this is what it looks like. See the description, there's no broker information there. I did text myself, but sometimes the broker comes in for me. I'm going to close my photo, but they don't really know they can do that probably. So I'm going to do that so you can see more of the text. They get a lot, okay? And they get a lot because places like Zillow, which is the #1 place that they're going, and Realtor.com, they give them an account, right? Where they can get all this information. So we want to compete. We want to give them things that they need. And again, I'm at the bottom, like I am everywhere. This house is going to cost me a lot of money if I buy it, over $13,000. And that's how you would text it. Okay. So I just went, let me go back into my email. So how did I do that again? Did you all see that? It's the crooked arrow in the corner. So the crooked arrow, we can email here, we can text here, we can chat. You can only chat if you invite somebody in and they accept the invitation. That's the instant messaging component, and that's why we have this app. We didn't always have this at the beginning, but it's really great because you can chat with the couple, the mother, or the group of people if you want to at once. And I will show you that too. You can also print from here. Okay, and this is the same exact way as the desktop version works. Okay, let me, you know what? I'm going to look at the chat when I'm done. Is that okay? This way, I don't get steered away because the chat's gigantic and I don't know why. Every time I go in there. All right, so that's how you call up an MLS number. All right, the one that I wanted to show you, let me clear this off. Show you something else. The wrench, remember, new search. This one, this is the one I tried to type in. You know, when you're on this little phone, it's hard. 1071, okay. All right, the reason I wanted to bring this one up is because it's a foreclosure. Do you see it says right here at the tippy top, it's an REO, which means foreclosure. Real estate owned is foreclosure. Now, we don't have public records in Collab, and so the app doesn't have public records. But what we can do is, if we look at the listing and go way down to the bottom, when you're on the app, this is, if you're on the desktop version, the buttons will be at the top. These green buttons that I showed you way down at the bottom here, I can view it in Stratus. So I'm going to do that for you now so you can see how you can open it up in Stratus. So I'm going to view it in Stratus because it's a foreclosure. I want to check this guy's public record out. Here's the listing in Stratus. And I need to zoom in to get close. There's the public record at the top. So isn't it great that it's linked to Stratus? We never really had that when any of the other programs. So now I'm in the guy's public record and I can see like what's happening. He was in list pendants in 2018, probably stayed in list pendants. And here's the listing history at the bottom. So although the app doesn't have public records and things like that, we can, how did I do that? View it in Stratus. Kind of cool, right? I just want to make you feel better. Okay, so that you have that option as well. So I've been working in search bar and the wrench. I'm a broken record, but that's how you remember. If we do a search, couple of things too. Again, I gotta watch my time. All right. If I'm looking in, let's say Dix Hills, someplace like that. Dix Hills. You can put a zip code in. I'm looking at my countdown here. I got 51. See the 51 here? Right here. I'll go to the map so we can look at this. 51. Let me go back to the filter. We cannot do this in Stratus. What if I said, you know what? I want to see how many condos are in here. I have to do a whole nother search, don't I? To see how many condos are in here because I'm in single family when I'm in Stratus. In the collab, we can just do this. I want to see how many condos are here. I'm unchecking the rest. There's one condo. See the number one? And then I can go to the map to see where it is. It's 689. That's how much that condo is. And I can look at it if I want to. There it is. How about co-ops? Any co-ops in here? 0 co-ops. And any commercial? Actually, wow, there is one commercial. So we do have that. So what I'm trying to show you is the flexibility of searching in here, whether you're on the app or the desktop version. We don't have to start a whole nother search, right? And I know you know what I'm talking about. So if I want to see this commercial piece of property, here it is. That doesn't look like commercial to me, but maybe it has commercial. It's on a commercial road or something. No. Back here too, don't miss this. You have rentals. So if you have somebody looking for a rental, you can set them up in here as well. Okay. All right. So I wanted to make sure that I did show you that. Okay. While I'm in the searching part of this, the arrow, let me go to the map. The arrow in the right-hand corner, top here, will find me because I have my location services on. So I'm going to click that. I live in Bellport, so it brought me to Bellport because that's where my phone is and that's where it will bring me. And I'll show you what listings are in here. Okay. And then if I was looking, and I have to just show you the shapes here. If I'm looking for houses in, so I didn't type anything up here. I just went where I am. I'm using my mouse, okay, by mistake. I got to use my finger. And then I could draw a circle here and it will search that shape. My gosh, was that easy or what? There's a little trash can here. If you don't go, oh, you know what? I didn't do it right. Or I can do a square, kind of drawing it with my finger. And then I could see them in the list. Clients can do this. You can do this. So we don't have to put a town in. I could just go onto the map to do that. You know, I was playing with this before, and I have to show you something. I didn't do it the last time I did this, especially since we didn't have open houses like live ones. What if you want to see where open houses are? Okay, let me show you that. Especially now in the summer, we got so many open houses. You're going to put in a town or don't put a town in. I'm going to put nothing in here. And you scroll down to the bottom where it says additional filters. Okay, and at the bottom of this, way at the bottom of additional filters, in a hidden spot, it says has upcoming open house. You see this? I click on that and search. Every single property that's having an open house in the next 7 days will be on my map. Look at them all. And it's Wednesday, so you know, some might be added in there. But I'm only looking for open houses, let's say, over here in this area. I could, you know, do my little shape here. I don't want open houses in that area. Or you can do a town, whatever. You can put multiple towns in too. So every one of these, let me open just one random one here, will have the open house information fairly close to the top. There it is there. Okay, this Saturday they're having an open house. Sunday they're having an open house. Okay, consumer, broker, they're both the same. Don't you love that? Love that. So you don't have to go onto Stratus to find out where the open houses are. You're going to get them on your phones. And if you missed what I said, it's in the filter, additional filter, open house, way at the bottom here. Okay. Additional filter, open houses. And then you can text your client the listing and see if they want to go or whatever you want to do, because they probably tell you. And then that's another thing. I always make mention of this. I'm out and about, which we're all out and about now. And, you have a buyer calling you up and saying, I just saw this house. Lorraine, I just saw this house, and can you find out information about it? Or I saw it on Zillow or whatever. You can just put the address in at the top here, okay? You can put an address in, the property comes up. I do have a nice, easy one I could type in for you as my example. My buyer called me up and said, can you check out this house for me? It's 9 Mont, M-O-N-T, Avenue, and it's in Dix Hill. So it came right up. Oh, yeah, I got it now. Here it is. It's not a foreclosure. I'm going to text it to you. And then the crooked arrow, text, and then I could put their name in, which I'm not going to do it. And then, or if it doesn't know them yet, you put their phone number in. And isn't that great? Because we haven't had that ability before. So when the keyboard on your app is in the way, because it is in the way, click on your screen and it disappears. You see, so I can cancel this. All right, here's something that we're going to do. If you have the app, or you can do it later. I want to set you up so that you automatically get text of listings in a town that you pick or a zip code for you. So this is what we do. Let me go back. There's a little back button up there. Let me clear this out. I always go to the wrench. Even if I don't have anything in there, I'm just in a habit of doing it now. And I put a town in. I do Patchogue. And I click on Patchogue or whatever. So I want to know, anytime a new listing comes up in Patchogue, I want to get a text, especially in a market like this, right? So this is what we do. You go to the wrench, and I have a Patchogue one in there. Let me delete it. And then I do a save search. See here? Save search. Save search. And I'm going to call it Patchogue. Now, I already have clients in here, but of course, mine are fakes. You would have real ones. So that's why it says myself here. See here? I mean, if I was setting this up for one of my clients, except for the first one, she's my sister-in-law, so she's not fake. Everybody else is. You can get automatic texting. I want to be notified by text. I can be notified by email. Text is immediate. When somebody hits submit on their listings in Stratus, if it's in Patchogue, I'm getting a text. So no matter where I am, I usually have my phone, unless I lost it, but I usually have my phone. And now I just set that up. So I will start getting text. It'll come from an 888 number. And you go, oh my gosh, this house just came on the market. I have a buyer that is really interested. Let's set this showing up right away, or whatever you want to do with that. And that would be located under the wrench. These are my searches. I have one for Blue Point. This is my daughter, Marina's area, Patchogue. I see the X's. I'm getting too much stuff. I want to exit out. I don't want all these texts. Okay. So that's how you set up an automatic text yourself. All right, the next part that I wanted to show you, and I think that was a really good one, you're going to love that one, is how do we invite somebody in, if that's something you're interested in doing. So you can just come in and use the app the way it is, but buyers nowadays, they want more, okay? If they just want prospect match, that's fine. Yeah, you can just email them listings, but they might want more. And now we have an opportunity to give them more. We can invite them in, and they have their own account. They'll have their own app, but it's connected to you. You're the one in charge, but they have the freedom to search. Definitely start inviting people in. Could be your family, could be friends, partner. Set up a fake one like I do. Invite them in just to see how the whole thing works. There's so many reasons to use this. The real-time data, I always say, and you can tell them that they're getting direct feed from the MLS. And the other thing is there's no advertisements in here. Okay. You have to love that part too. It's just a clean looking, simple thing to use. So I invite my daughter in. That's what I did. You can invite whoever you want. I'm gonna invite Billy Byer because I always invite Billy Byer. And the way that you do it, you're gonna click on new. And I'm putting in Billy Byer. Of course, he's a fake person too, but you would put somebody real in here. Make sure you get their email. I'm putting my email in because I'm doing a practice, and this is something you could do too. Darba@gmail.com, my poor Gmail account.com. Spell it right. .com. You can do this on the desktop version. And if they want text, which they probably do, you can put their address and all of that in, get their cell phone number. I'm putting mine in. And then way at the bottom, press save and invite. Do you see that? I had to get rid of the keyboard, save and invite. Tell them, give them the heads up. I'm inviting you to this great new program. When you're ready to see any listings, you let me know. Did I forget something? I was just taking a minute to do this. I can customize the invitation to them here too and send. So now Billy Byer has this folder. He don't see this. I see this. Anything that goes on, any listings, things like that are stored in here. Okay, for him. I can do a search for him if I want, which I think I'm going to do because there's no searches in here. So I just created Billy Byer. He hasn't accepted the invitation yet, but he will, because I will. And if you want to do automatic texting to Billy Byer or whoever, which they probably want, this is what you want to do. So where does Billy Byer want to live? Billy Byer wants to live in Bayside, okay? Because people always ask me about Bayside, so I'm using that one. You need to go to the search. Down at the bottom here, I'm going to click on the magnifying glass, right? I always go to the wrench just in case there's something in there from before. And then I'll do Bayside. Wow, 103 listings. But Billy Byer wants a multifamily, so I'm going to take single off. There's 38 right there. And he doesn't want to spend more than $1 million. So I love the price. Oh my goodness, I don't have to type it in. It's so much nicer. I can click here and just kind of scroll down. Gotta love this, especially with the zero thing. My price is way too low. Somebody in the background is probably going, Lorraine, your price is not good. Okay. I can't keep up, okay? 1.5 million. Look, now I got 9 listings there. He wants to know anytime something new comes in the market that's no more than $1.5 million. Now, here's something that somebody asked me in one of my classes. They only want a 2-family. They don't want like 5 families. They want 2. So in additional filters, there actually is something in here, which I didn't realize, where it says number of families. You see here? I'm going to put 2. Watch, we get nothing. Okay, these are all 2 families, which are nice. Now, we want to set up automatic texting, right? This is something, if you haven't done this, your buyers are going to love it because they don't, they're getting tired of the emails. Go to the wrench, just like I did for myself. And I'm going to save the search. I'll call it Bayside Multi. But I'm not saving it for me. See how it says me there, myself? I'm saving it for Billy Byer. Okay, and he wants a text. I can be notified when he gets it, but I am going to get the broker side. Don't panic, okay? They don't get the broker side. And then I save the search. So it's all set up for him. He'll start getting automatic texting of houses in Bayside that are 2-family houses for no more than $1.5 million or whatever, so you can set this up for you. you set it for them. I always check to make sure I did it right. I go to the client down at the bottom. That looks like a little paw print, like heads down there. And I click on Billy Buyer and I go into my searches. And there it is. And he goes, Lorene, you know what? I don't really want Bayside anymore. Stop sending me these listings. I can just X that out. So that, goodbye, done. He wants to do his own thing. Now I invited him, but I used my email. So I want to show you. See, Lorene Zorba has invited you to Collab. And this is what the invitation looks like. And they complete the registration and sign it. The registration is a username and a password they put in. So they will come in. I don't know if I have enough time to show you, but they will go in and they see they have a really nice place to search, but they don't see the broker information. They get a lot, but you will get notifications when they put things in favorites. You'll get a notification when they create a list. You'll get a notification when they log in. And that's the beauty of this, is that we get these notifications and know their activity. Okay. And that's why Listing Book was so popular. All right, let me go back to my app, which is over here. And this is just a few more things I want to show you. Now, I went through some of this, the searches, which I love that you can do down here, the client part. The chat, didn't do this with you. This came along later after we had Collab for a while, before we even had this app. What you can do, and let me show you a couple things. First of all, see where it says agents up here? You can look up any agent in the MLS. So if you're looking for an agent, you could type their name in. If they're still with us, they'll come up with their phone numbers, their office, everything. You're in there. My clients are here. So I need all my clients. I just invited Billy Buyer, but he didn't accept the invitation yet. Maybe that's why he's not in here. But let me just show you how this works. This is really, really great because I can create an instant message to Carol client. She's fake, okay? She's not, we'll make believe she's a real person. And then at the bottom here, I can put in like a little smiley face or all these little emojis. I'll give him the sunglass one and just say, I can't see the box. Hey, or how did you like that listing? Or whatever the case is. Now I can include the spouse, the partner, the friend, the mom, the father, whoever in the conversation. And the plus down at the bottom here, I'm in chat in case you miss where I am. I can send them a listing through an MLS number. I could send them a document. Maybe I want to send them the buyer broker agreement or something, or whatever you want to send them. And here's something too that I kind of forgot we had. See this your mobile device here in the chat part? I can go to my photos and send them a photo. Maybe I took a couple pictures of the house. I can take a photo or video right now, because maybe I'm in the house and I want to send it to somebody. So if I clicked on that, say I'm in my video part, I can do a video and chat it to them. Wow, they're gonna go, wow, this agent is amazing. They have all this technology. Click on the plus, and this is how I did it. Mobile device here. Your mobile device. Forgot it was even in here. Kind of photo. If I go out to my photos, see I'm in my photos, right? I can send them pictures from there. Such cool stuff. And remember, you're not going to remember. I always say that, but you always know where to go for things. I want to show you, don't leave yet. I have a couple more things to show you in the ... part where I started is, and I love this part. So I am going to show you documents. See documents here. You have an area where you can pull up documents and take them with you. Now think about us traveling around, going places, and oh my gosh, I forgot this, I forgot that. It's a document library. And back in the day when I last taught this class, when I did this webinar, we needed the NISAR COVID-19 form, remember? So I uploaded that in here. So I always had it. Again, I'm not an agent, but I'm teaching all of you these things. So think about things that you might pull in here. One of them I have in here is the lead paint disclosure that you give homeowners. You know, how about the fair housing form? You could upload that in here because we probably need access to that a lot. And when you pull something up, I can view it, download it, print it, share it. And here's all my clients. I'm going to share with Billy Byer. Okay, so he's got it. So it does things like that, you know, and for my new agents out there might be like checklists on what you have to do. And nobody sees these documents unless you share them. And again, when you're traveling, you go, you know, there's documents that I need copies of or whatever. You just press this upload button up here. Choose your files. You know, I usually choose your files from your phone. I would probably do it on the desktop where my computer stuff is, or my photos, or whatever it is there. So that's the document part. My list, I have to show you this too. Make sure you're staying with me. I got a couple minutes. Oh my gosh, this is such a great thing. Okay. We have listing cards in Stratus. Okay, they were a great idea, but they didn't really follow through with how great it could be. In here, I call this listing management, because how do we manage our listings? We print them, we like them, we put them in favorites, but then we lose them. We can create these lists in here, okay? And you get some that come here, but you can create a new one. Like maybe I want to do a list for Billy Byer, you know what I mean? I'm meeting this guy on Friday and I want to put some listings together for him. Maybe he doesn't want to be invited in, he just wants me to send him listings. And then I put listings in here. Now, what happens too with the buyers is they have likes. Let me find my likes. When they go off the market, I always like this. They go black and white. Oh my goodness. Right? To get those buyers motivated to make offers. This one's closed. That old one on Patchogue River Avenue. It went black and white. This one's not available anymore. It's closed. Okay. Why are they going black and white? Well, you didn't make an offer. Expired. This one's expired. So on. So that to me is a genius addition to this. And I love these. Now in Stratus, do I have Stratus open? Probably not. There is, you're going to see a collab button in there that you can also suggest listings, and you can add them to your list in from collab, from Stratus to collab. Wait, I have to show you this house before you go. Where's that pink one? This was the first picture of the house. I just found it today in Hempstead. Okay. I guess that pink room, they really liked it. So that is the first. So I saved it in there. I save a lot of listings in there. So that is your list that you can create. And then you have searches and a whole bunch of other stuff. So how did I get here? The ... in the corner. All right, I have a few minutes. This is being recorded. If you go to, I'm going to show you LI Realtor. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. You probably can't see this because I have my phone. Let me stop sharing. And then I'll share again. LI Realtor. Share. Okay, now you can see it. Under professional development, LI Realtor, here are the webinars, okay? This is where your courses are, webinars. If I click on the webinars, see, I had this one last week, Stratus Refresher. It's recorded. So if you missed it, you can take that one, kind of went over important things like that. This course will be posted probably tomorrow or the next day. Keep an eye out. And then next week, I am going to be here again. And it's called Creating a Simple Stratus CMA Using a Listing Cart. And I have a really great way to do a CMA in Stratus. So if you're struggling with that, join me next week. You can just register right here from LI Realtor. And again, any of the Wednesday webinars that you may have missed or didn't know we had, there's a ton of stuff in here that great resources for all of you. So take advantage of that. All right, I promised I was going to look at the chat. So here we go. Why? Okay, all right, that's better. Will pending ever be possible? I don't know. You have to ask the MLS, and I wish, yes. There was a few things that they promised I haven't gotten. Remind is not there. Remind is a whole different program, which you should learn. Tell us if you have saved client. How do we invite? Which I did. Can you show what you marked again? I don't know what that means. Multiple search location. You would put the towns in. Yes, you can do Bayside, Little Neck, Douglaston. Can you remove a buyer? Oh, that's a good one. Let me show you that one. It is 1 o'clock. So if you have to leave, you can. Just give me a second. I just want to answer that one. Oops, it's not going to do it for me. No, Remind, somebody's asking about Remind. Remind is another program that you have, a Remind Pro, through your membership with the MLS. That's a prospecting program. I do teach classes on that. If you go to the One Key MLS NY website, they have recordings on using that. It's a great prospecting tool. All right, folks, I'm going to conclude here because I'm going over my time. It's 1:01, and I hope you picked up a few things. Get that Stratus collab going, start texting listings, and I'll see you in the next webinar. Everybody enjoy your summer. And the app is called Stratus Collab. I'm going to put it in the app in case you missed that at the beginning. Okay, Stratus, go to the App Store, Collab. Make sure I send it to everybody and not just myself. Oops, there's a B here. Stratus Collab. Okay, I put it in there. Stratus Collab. All right, folks. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again. Have a great day.